The man of the moment, the presidential candidate, the distinguished Nigerian, makes his way to the podium. It's a delight to have you.
The national chairman of our party. Maybe I should start this way. PRP! PRP! Good through! We will stun them. Our national chairman, former chairman of the Board of Trustees, members of the BOT, of course, party executives, my fellow travelers on board the PRP train, my dear friends, guests, welcome. With a humble heart and absolute faith in the grace of the Almighty God, I accept the nomination on the platform of the People's Redemption Party as its presidential flag bearer. With fire in my heart and Nigeria in my sight. I accept this nomination because I believe no sacrifice is too great and no cause more sacred than saving our nation, Nigeria, from the brink that it finds itself today. A nation so endowed, yet so prostrate, that finds itself cliff-hanging to the detriment of its citizens and the world at large. A nation whose citizens have come to accept inadequacies, insecurity, and nonchalance of their government as their lot in life. I've often asked colleagues, fellow politicians, leaders, and friends what they conceive as the primary function of government. And ever so often, I get a blank stare, an incoherent definition, or plainly and majorly, it is stated as an opportunity as self-actualization. Before venturing any further, let me postulate that the primary function of government is to ensure the optimal productivity of her citizens within a safe and orderly environment. And even with the best of intentions, if this is not seen as a mission statement for all who aspire to lead government, at whatever levels, failure will always be the result. Truth is, we have lost focus. Political gangsters and highwaymen have laid siege and appropriated the land and rendered it barren. Then they weaponize the resultant poverty they brought forth. And every 4 years, they come back to renew their so-called mandate of reaping further misfortune upon our already weary shoulders. This time, it shall be the people's mandate and not yours. Our land has become so desolate that bandits, gangsters, and kidnappers collect taxes while the government collects excuses. Our children, even where opportune to learn, sit on bare floors without roofs over their heads, while billions vanish into thin air, swallowed by snakes and rodents. A land where ill health is a death sentence, where justice is for sale, where traveling within the land is a life-threatening adventure, where ransom collection is a sector of its own within the Nigerian economy, as depicted by the report of the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, which stated that in 2025, over 2 trillion naira, then an equivalent of about 10% of our entire federal budget was paid as ransom to kidnappers. A land so fertile and productive, yet food is scarce and largely unaffordable for its masses, as its farms and fields are empty because the farmers are afraid to go till their soils. And unsparingly, our best minds are leaving our shores in droves because hope is lost. All because our leaders have failed to do what is right, when it was right, and to whom it was right. So at the end of the day, the best politics is and always will be doing the right thing. Not the expedient thing, but the right thing. And he who does not know what is right has no business leading others. When I define government as an agency for the optimization of productivity within a safe and orderly environment, in few words, I captured its essence. It explains why we ought to invest in skilled education for our children, in healthcare for our populace, in the broad range of infrastructure, in our security agencies, and why we must invest and hold our judiciary to the highest standards available to man. For while education, health, and infrastructure will enhance our productivity, a safe and orderly environment is an inevitable requisite for productivity, lest we fall back to what our farmers and productive class are currently experiencing today. We must produce what we need. We can't keep the factories of the world churning and producing while ours are shut down. Our policies must create jobs, add value to our local produce, reduce imports, broaden our market base to capture all of sub-Saharan Africa, capture the over 2 billion scuff of gas fled daily. And we've been flaring this gas for over 40 years. 2 billion cubic feet of gas is equivalent to 20 million liters of diesel. And we flare this daily, and we've been doing it for over 40 years. Provide our people with affordable energy. We must address the petrol-diesel conundrum. I believe our petroleum product pricing is wrong. Energy must be available and affordable. Our petroleum prices for local consumption should not be benchmarked at international prices, but based on cost of production and processing. It is our resource, gifted to us by our Creator for our benefit. Education must be free and compulsory up to the senior secondary level, with a curriculum that includes skill acquisition and global relevance. Our children should be trained to function as citizens of Nigeria, but globally relevant. We should systemize health insurance such that every citizen is covered. For life is a right, and therefore health care cannot be a privilege. Teaching must be made attractive. In Cross River State, for example, we exempted teachers from taxes and paid them further allowances for those serving in rural areas. This greatly motivated them. Teaching became the preferred sector of the public service. But we tied teachers' progression to student performance. Security operatives must take responsibility for setbacks and shortcomings in the domain in which they operate. Familiarity to the environment should determine postings, for 80% of policing and security is intelligence gathering. Farmers must be guaranteed markets for their produce. Capital from banks must be available and affordable. Today, interest rates are in the unaffordable high 30s. While we celebrate a minimal increase in foreign reserves with a mindset of importing. We shall discourage foreign education at the primary and secondary school levels, and even at the university, except where necessary. Sending children too early abroad deculturizes them. This is the plight of the elites. Children to our local schools, we, the elites, will not pay the requisite attention our education demands. Everything we do must be geared towards creating jobs and enhancing productivity. And this must be done in all sectors. We must strive for a Nigeria where our farmers return safely from their farms, where every child has a desk and chair in a decent environment, where the student-teacher ratio allows for quality teaching and teachers consistently improve their skills. A Nigeria which strives to ensure every family owns a home, where talent no longer leaves our shores because opportunities are now awash at home. A nation that works, where excuses are not tolerated. When the national level of employment is a yardstick for government performance and not the exchange rate of our currency, and where all are adequately rewarded. The scavengers have had their turn. Now is the turn of the common man, the true Nigerian. The talakawas, the Okada riders, the street hawkers, our market women, our farmers, our unemployed graduates. And I, Donald Duke, seek to be their champion. This fight will be tough and scathing, for they will fight back. But we are tougher and resilient. And our fight is right and just in the sight of the Almighty God. And with Him on our side and as our guide, nothing, absolutely nothing, is insurmountable. If we stood together to win independence from an empire, together we can redeem Nigeria from these scavengers. Our name, the People's Redemption Party, is not a slogan. It is a clarion call. So I say to us all, reject fear, reject divisions in our ranks, and embrace the redemption of Nigeria, for that is our mission. May the Almighty God bless our cause, our quest for our nation, Nigeria, and our party. Thank you, and may God bless us. Thank you very much.